Hi there. Thanks for joining me for another issue of It's Like This, the read aloud version. This is issue number 33 for July 12th, 2023. This is a story about how weird I am. A slightly awkward encounter, absolutely made weirder by writing about it, but I just couldn't get out of my head until I did. So, here you go. Table for two, I guess. I tell myself to just ignore this guy, which is like telling myself to not picture a polar bear. I should have moved over when I had the chance. I still have that chance. Yet here I sit. On the days I drive my son down to his day program, I can't stay holed up in my home office. I'm forced to find some place to be alone in public. This library usually has a better vibe for me than a noisy cafe, but today it's more people-y, probably because it's a bazillion degrees outside. We're all dreaming about polar bears. This 4-seat table was the only empty one in the row of study tables along the windows. I snagged 1/4 of it and hoped no one would need to share. But within 5 minutes, a guy wearing a white face mask and lugging a couple of books came out of the stacks, glanced at the other full tables, and approached mine. I mumbled, "Oh, do you need to sit here?" and shifted my book bag and iPad closer. He proceeded to pull out the chair directly in front of me, not the seat diagonally across from me, which would have given us both more room. And without so much as a "mind if I?" he plopped down, dropped his books, car keys, and phone on the table. He didn't make eye contact, opened a book, and began to read. While I am very relieved he's not looking to chit-chat, I still feel squeezed. But I don't ask him to move over to the empty side of the table. I don't move either. I don't want to seem rude. I don't want to make a fuss. My inner feminist scolds. You're too meek. You're so conditioned to not speak up for your own needs. You're letting a man crowd you. No, this is fine, my inner over-accommodating mom voice says. We both have enough room. I just can't look straight ahead. I angle my body to the right. My new friend, his thick legs stretched out beneath our table, ankles crossed, reads a page or two, taps his phone, glances around, flips a page. I fiddle with writing for an hour and a half. I can't get the white bear out of my head. I think about my son's social interaction goals, how he can't respond to strangers' questions, but how he often leans in, almost touching noses, when he's interested in someone. I think about how my son continued to wear his mask at his day program long after it was no longer required, because that rule, difficult to learn at first, had become part of his comforting routine. I wonder why I didn't move over when this guy first sat down with a quick, "Here, I'll give you a little bit more space" gesture. Now it feels too late. My table mate's book is called Reality is Broken. On its stark white cover, the title's multicolored letters are cracked across an image of shattered glass. I refuse to stare long enough to catch the subtitle, pretending to be engaged in my own reality. Later I look it up. Why Games Make Us Better and How They Can Change the World. The blurb says, games are fulfilling real human needs in ways that reality is not. Game designers have hit on core truths about what makes us happy, from social connection to having satisfying work to do. I kick my study partner's shoe under the table. I say, "I'm sorry." He whispers, "It's okay." I sift through rough drafts about my son. I think about how we want to teach him about hidden social rules so he doesn't get hurt, but also encourage him to be himself, help him find a healthy balance of companionship and solitude. Maybe the kindest thing would be to tell this man that he's sitting too close. His next encounter might be with someone who isn't as nice as me. But I also think, no, don't I value inclusivity? Let people sit where they want. Maybe this chair is his spot, and I'm the one who's crowding him. Who is more socially awkward? The person who chooses to sit right next to a stranger in a not crowded movie theater, or the person who doesn't get up when they feel uncomfortable? Maybe a therapist will join us at our table to sort out these questions. When the next study table clears out, neither of us make a move. We stay, chilling in our chosen seats, not thinking about polar bears. Thanks as always for being here. This is Robin Lavoie, and life around here, it's like this.